Hello there, my fellow flames. Welcome back to another Wuthering Waves video. My name is Amethyst, and today we are going to be discussing Wuthering Waves 2.5, the brand new patch, the brand new update set to launch, set to release on the 24th of July. And more specifically, what we're going to be talking about today is what the people have been saying about 2.5 since the live stream aired on Friday. And what some people have been saying and some people have been concerned about is the fact that 2.5 to them feels like it's going to be a filler patch. And what I mean by that is after the Wuthering Waves 2.5 live stream on Friday, there were a lot of concerns, worries, and a little bit of controversy saying that Wuthering Waves 2.5 seems a little bit more lighter in content, not as many events. It seems like it's going to be a little bit fillery. Some people think it's going to be a filler patch. I don't think it's going to be a filler patch. I think it's going to be a dry patch, but just because an update is dry in content doesn't make it filler. And what I mean by that is this, stay with me now because I thought this through. To me, when I think of filler, imagine an anime. You're watching an anime depending on what it is. It could be Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball, you name it. Imagine you're watching an anime and then after the main arc, the main story, the big story, it takes a bit of a break. The main continuity stops for a little bit. Why? Because there is a filler arc. There is like a filler arc, a side story that does not correlate or connect to the main continuity of the anime, the main continuity of the story of the set piece that you're watching or consuming. To me, in Wuthering Waves, a filler patch was 1.2. Remember Zhang Liao? Now, Wuthering Waves 1.2 was not dry in content. It was not a dry patch. There was lots of events. They had like a massive festival. There was a free 5-star. We had the Zhang Liao story, which was a very, very good story, but it was not connected to the main continuity of Wuthering Waves. It was its own thing. Funnily enough, people actually can't go back and play the 1.2 story for Zhang Liao because it was event exclusive. It was exclusive to that summer event. It was exclusive to that festival event that they were dropping and that they were focusing on in 1.2. Some people even missed out on their free Zhang Liao. However, there was no continuity regarding the main story. Every bit of continuity going on in that 1.2 patch was surrounding the story of Zhang Liao. It was a filler story. It was a filler patch. People have literally said 1.2 was a filler patch. Some people saying 1.2 was a dog shit patch. I loved 1.2. It wasn't dry. There was lots of content to get through. It was definitely filler because of the story. 1.4, the Camellia patch, was a filler patch. Why? Because the story was not connecting to the main continuity. It wasn't another act in the story. It wasn't a new chapter. It was basically talking about and discussing the brand new character Camellia. It was Camellia's story about her past. It wasn't continuing the story in any way, shape or form. Now, events-wise, again, it wasn't really a dry patch. It was a very juicy patch. There was lots of events. There was Depths of Elusive Realms. There was other events happening during 1.4. But it was a filler patch because it wasn't continuing the main continuity of Wuthering Waves' story. 2.1. Now, granted, 2.1 had two stories. You had the Vault story about the Renesita Vault, and then you had the whale and fishing story with Phoebe and Brant. It was still a filler patch because those two stories were not connecting to the main continuity. Now, I know some people go, well, it does technically connect. No. It wasn't another act in the main story. It wasn't a Wuthering Waves Chapter 2 Act so-and-so. It wasn't Act 4 of the main continuity story. It was a filler arc, a good filler arc, and there was references to the main story, but it was not connected to the main continuity of the story. It was specifically about Brant. It was specifically about Phoebe. It was about the Vault. And the Vault and the fishing and the sirens kind of thing and the big whale thing that we had to track down and hunt and the character story of Phoebe and the character story of Brant, those were filler stories. Those were filler arc worthy stories. It was not connecting to the main continuity of Wuthering Waves' main story. It wasn't another act in the main Chapter 2 story. 2.2 was a main story. 2.3 was a dogshit filler dry ass patch because the events in 2.3, to me personally, was dogshit. The stories, the character stories, the Chiakona and the Zani stories were good, but again, they're filler patches. They're filler stories, sorry, because they're focusing on the character, not the main continuity of what's going on in the overarching story of Wuthering Waves. 2.4 was a huge patch, not filler, not dry. It was juicy. It was continuity worthy because the main story, the next two acts, the next two big story continuations things was happening. We had Act 5 and 6. Was it 4 and 5 or 5 and 6? Is one? I think it was 5. It might have been 5 and 6. And it was continuing the main continuity of the story. We got the introduction to Septimon, which was a huge addition to Wuthering Waves, 2 brand new acts in the main continuity story, and on top of that, we got lots and lots and lots of different events. This was probably the best patch. 2.4, in my opinion, was probably the best patch in Wuthering Waves history, next to 2.0. Now, I loved 1.1. I liked 1.3, but 2.0 and 2.4, in my opinion, have been the 2 best patches in Wuthering Waves history. And it's like a contender. There's a contending for the top spot. I want to say 2.4 was a little bit better than 2.0 in my opinion, but there's room for debate. You can go up for an argument. People can debate about that because it's a fair argument. There's lots to go over, lots to discuss. But I digress. 2.5 is now around the corner. Now, granted, in terms of events, in terms of content for you to do outside of the story, there's not too much. So in my opinion, it's going to be a dry story, a dry patch. It's going to be a dry update because there's not going to be much to do after you do the base events and after you do the main story. See what I'm going? See where I'm going with this? However, it's not a filler patch because the main story is continuing the story arc, the main continuity story arc. It's the next act in the chapter. It's the next act in the story. That's why I do not believe it's a filler patch. We're also getting a brand new map, an underwater map. Now, it's a little bit of a side note. To me, the map looks really, really good. It looks beautiful. I love the design of the map. It's giving me 1.0 post-apocalyptic vibes, but more specifically, for those who have played Expedition 33 Clair Obscur, there is an underwater map. This is giving me heavy Expedition 33 vibes in terms of the map and where we're going, and I am here for it. Phrolova looks really, really cool. The new map looks really, really cool. The story looks insane. We're going to be fighting friend Rico. It looks like this could be the climax, or at least very nearly the climax of the main story. Those who don't know, there is an energy signature. There is the remnants of Thronodian. The Leviathan Thronodian is still alive. Yes, she's still breathing. Her plan B has a plan B. She has like a plan A, B, and C. This Thronodian has like a contingency plan for everything and anything. So we defeated her once in 2.2. We've then defeated her backup plan in 2.4. And now it looks like we're going to need to finally vanquish the last remnants and the last remaining energy signatures and the last remaining life source of the Thronodium in 2.5. And we're also getting the introduction of Phrolova. And it looks like Phrolova is going to be assisting us in fighting friend Rico. It looks like we're going to be fighting friend Rico as the final boss, the big bad boss at the end of 2.5, which I believe has been teased since 2.0. Friend Rico has been a thing since 2.0. He has been an antagonist in 2.0, like a behind-the-scenes antagonist, serving the Thronodian. I believe he's been serving the Thronodian all of this time. I never trusted the Order of the Deep. I always thought they were serving the Thronodian, and it looks like this is finally confirming that. I think it's been confirmed already, but just in case I miss something, yeah, it's basically, this is confirming that the Order of the Deep and from Rico worships the Thronodian, and we're going to the underwater, the depths of the ocean, of the deep, to finally defeat the last remnants of the Thronodian, fight friend Rico, and it looks like Phrolova is actually guiding us to that to help us fight back against friend Rico. Now, one of the main things I've seen people not happy with is the fact that it looks like Phrolova is going to be turning good. She's going to be turning from heel to babyface, which those don't know, babyface is an old school term for hero. She's going to be going down the light side. She's going to be leaving the path of the light, the dark, and going towards the path of the light. And some people are happy about this, some people are angry about this. I'm indifferent. No, I don't really want her to turn good. I want her to remain evil. I want her to remain a member of the Fractidus and constantly try to thwart our plans while we try to thwart her plans. I want her to constantly be a obstacle, like an obstructing force that's constantly throwing obstacles in our way to try and stop us from continuing our journeys. But it looks like, based on the trailer, Phrolova is going to be a hero or turning into a hero. And some people are mad about this, some people are happy about this, some people are indifferent. I want her to remain a villain because then we get to play as a villain. I said in my recent video that I'll leave a link to that in the in the description of this video, or I'll leave it on the screen somewhere at the end of the video. I believe that Phrolova could die in the story. I believe the Fractidus could kill off Phrolova in the story. I believe she's going to turn from dark to light. The Fractidus is going to be betrayed, and then they're going to go after Phrolova, and then Phrolova's going to die. Or my plan B is, if Phrolova turns good, I would much rather it be we don't trust Phrolova. No one in the group trusts Phrolova at all, and they're going to be basically on guard when she's around, which also gives Phrolova a little bit of a redemption arc, going, let me make amends for everything that I've done. But then again, I don't know what's going to happen in the story. But I digress again. The story looks really, really good. The brand new map looks really, really good. The enemy types look really, really good. They've done a lot of work in regards to the content they are releasing in this patch. Unfortunately, there's just not a lot of it. And it looks like it's going to be a dry patch. Once you get through the first week, week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, the remainder of the patch is going to be dry, and it's going to drag. It doesn't make it a filler patch because it's still continuing the main continuity and the main story of the Wuthering Waves story arc. Now, this is just my opinion. This is just my thoughts and my definition of a filler. You guys are going to differentiate it differently to what I do. I believe it can only really be filler if it's not connecting to the main continuity story of Wuthering Waves. I know I've repeated myself a lot, but I need to, because unfortunately some people in the gacha space have a single brain cell. So I need to repeat myself to basically go, I'm not saying your opinion is wrong. I'm saying, in my opinion, this isn't a filler patch. You know what I'm saying? If you think it's a filler patch because of lack of content and lack of events, that's completely fine. In my opinion, a filler patch is when it doesn't have a main continuation of the story, which this does not. This has a continuation of the main overarching story of Wuthering Waves, as well as a brand new map. Therefore, I don't think it's filler. If it was a brand new character and just a few events, it's filler. If it's got main continuity and a continuation of the story, it's not filler. That's my point. But I wanted to give my opinions and give my thoughts and feelings on the patch as a whole. I think the patch as a whole is going to be good. I'm looking forward to Phrolova. I'm looking forward to the brand new map. I'm looking forward to some of the goofy ass events. I'm looking forward to the mirror puzzle events, the exploration mirror puzzle events that are making their return. They were really, really fun in 2.00 to fly around. I actually made a video about that. And I'm looking forward to traversing the brand new areas of this underwater map and maybe other areas of Septimont that unlock for me. And I'm looking forward to just having a good time with whatever content I have. The story is the one thing I'm looking forward to most. The story looks really, really good. I got very excited reacting to the live stream, talking about the story. So yeah, I have my fingers crossed that this patch is going to be another win for Kuro Games, another win for Wuthering Waves, another win for the community, us as the community. And if you don't think it's a filler patch, agree with me in the comments. If you do think it's a filler patch, disagree with me in the comments. Don't really care. I don't think it's filler. Some of you might think it's filler. But everyone, again, has their own concept of a filler patch. 1.2, 1.4, 2.1, and 2.3 to me are filler patches. If an update continues a main story, it's not a filler patch. But that's me. That's who I am, that's my opinion, and that's where I stand. But let me know down below in the comments what you think. I love making these rambling, ranting, yapping videos because it gives me a chance to connect to you guys on a more direct level. I might put a little bit of gameplay over the top here and there. I might put some of 2.5's revealed stuff over the top here. But this is uncut, unedited. This is me just talking to you guys about my thoughts and feelings. Some of the stuff I said may feel convoluted. Some of the stuff I said may or may not contradict what I'm saying or contradict certain things. But I just wanted to get it all off my chest and talk to you guys about it. Since we all love Wuthering Waves here, we all want the game to do well, so why the hell not? Why the hell not? But yeah, let me know what you think of this patch. Are you excited for this patch? Are you excited for Phrolova? Are you excited to finally fight Fenrico and finish off the Thronium once and for all? Are you excited for the events? Are you not excited for the events? Let me know down below in the comments. Tell me everything. I want to know your thoughts and feelings. I've given you my thoughts and feelings, though I am also very, very tired. I've had an exceptionally long but fun weekend in London. I'm so busy, it's unbelievable. I don't think you guys understand how busy I've been, in a very, very good way. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want more yapping and talking videos like this, let me know down below in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Have a good rest of your goddamn day.